Hello everyone, I'm just checking it's all streaming through. Hello everyone, I'm just checking it's all streaming through. Alright, seems good. Hello, welcome to my lunch break mapping stream. Not exactly a ton going on, I'm just pretty much trying to create a map from scratch. So if you want to know what the basic idea behind this map is, its name is Convergence, as you can see. It's basically growth and then convergence back to a smaller number. So in this case, I'm keeping the rules quite simple. If it's a odd numbered room, it goes bigger than adjacent sector, and if it's an even numbered room, it's smaller the adjacent sectors. So kind of an up down relationship. But it must be a bit hard to explain. There's a bit of a pattern to it. 3n plus 1 if it's odd, divided by 2 if it's even, kind of thing. But hopefully I'll be able to make that work as a cohesive map. It's going to have kind of, I think, a mix between tech-based and hellish. You know, when it goes bigger, it's more hellish. When it goes smaller, more tech-based, that kind of thing. We'll see how it goes. A second as I post the link elsewhere. Right. 7's up in the editor. Wait, no, 2. Not sure if I need to update the patch table. I'm always confused with that kind of stuff. But we'll see soon enough, won't we? Alright. So this is just a placeholder area. Delete that. Okay, so nothing too fancy. Just want to kind of block out the general layout of the map a bit more. Just your regular starting area. No, not run, sorry. There we go. Let's check something. Yeah. Pickups are right. Good, good, good. Okay, so this is an odd numbered chamber, so the next one should be bigger. So let's have to add 128, so 4 grid squares if it goes bigger, and subtract 64. Then the goal is to have it converge towards 64 unit exit square. Yeah, that'll do. I'm going to play with it a bit. Okay, so I do find this actually quite a useful trick, is creating an exit early. Kind of building the critical path to it. Okay, so just barely big enough to squeeze a player or two in there. Okay, so this is technically the third sector, but we won't count it here. What we need to do then is have it kind of wind backwards in a series of ins and outs. Might not try and keep a hard rule in here because, yeah, but I think I've got an idea at least. Now what squeezes, so it's hopefully, actually no, maybe, yeah, that's 7 squares, that's 9 squares, so it's smaller technically. As long as it's bigger than smaller, not just corridors, obviously. So all need to be bigger, so do that. Yes. No. No. Yes. Now this one should be smaller, but it's not too hard. Yeah, I think we'll have like a window to the exit area from the beginning. That's a nice idea. So it's not to say we can't include some detail gubbins. Okay, so this can be maybe a small outside area, right? Entrance to the tech base over here. Yeah, I should get a note taking going. But, you know. There we go. So it should have a bigger area anyway, so it's quite big. And this adjacent one should be smaller, which can be like a little outcropping. Yeah, of course we fill in the gap here, or it's just going to make things crazy later on. There we go. Quick save frequently. Right. So this can be an outside area. Do need to be careful here because I want to use this as my... Was it next to it? Oh, yeah, okay. Awesome. This isn't even a single area. That's quite nice, smaller. Yeah, this is to the exit area. There we go. Sometimes it can be a tad confusing. Just a tad, you know. Not so that you'd notice of anything. Yeah, that should do it. Alright, sorry about that. Got a coughing fit. Sky. One moment. Hey, but don't be such a noisy little bugger. Yes, I'm talking to you. Oh, I don't know if you can hear that, but yeah, that's the cat. So what was I trying to do now? Just give me a second. No, stop. Yes, you. Oh, hopefully that's distracted him for a few minutes. What was I doing here? No, it has not. Okay. Hey. Don't be like that. Okay, sorry guys, the cat is being very, yeah. What was I trying to do? Was it this? Yes, it was here. Okay. Sometimes as cats, you just gotta learn when to give up. That boss one should be good enough. See how it looks. Yeah, it looks alright. Okay, so this is a bit more tech-based, but you know, there's only so many bars we have to work with. That looks good enough, I think. You don't want to spend too long doing the detailing here, but you know, you want to get the general idea going for. Okay, so we're going to start up with military / tech base, and as I say, it's going to kind of alternate with hellscape. So start up with some nice shiny outcroppings and good old flatting. Okay. That itself can lead into. This is a good candidate for some bricks, isn't it? So there we go. This area looks like a good point for some monster window dressing, I guess. Not too obnoxious. I find that's a good idea to give players, you know, a little bit of opportunity to see into other areas of the map. I don't want to do that whole one, but it's fine. I can use the floor instead of the ceiling for that area. It's a bit hacky, but it does the job generally. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, it's looking a little bit more open. You know, I'm not really one for the super detailed geometry, so I try to make up for it in having a kind of good atmosphere, at least a little bit. Not always easy. If we're going to be changing floors, always a good idea to change the ceiling height, or floor height actually. And I'm not particularly restricting my texture use this time around, so I'm going to keep it a little bit like that. Nice intermediate texture. In this case, brick looks okay that way. You'll just be expecting similar kind of floor, I think. Yeah, that works well enough, I think. Yeah. A little bit plain, but you know, again, not my forte per se. And that can be a little alleyway back there. I'll probably want to add another wall segment along the front there. Yeah, doesn't look too bad. To maybe add some height variation. Yeah, let's not get too bogged down in the details just yet, but to say, I want to establish solid starting theme. And mix up textures just a little bit, even just for the sake of, you know, it's all brown. Bit of a problem so far. I think I can add a water feature here. Yeah, water feature will do. And maybe add some detailing along the sides here. Yeah, you can say Doomworld is coming through a rocky ravine along the back there. Maybe that's a good idea. A little waterfall down here leading to the lake. Steps up there. There we go. Okay, so was this the starting area? No. Yes, no, yes. Yeah, it was. I've already lost track, but I think we've got a workable start. I'll try and count it from the beginning sector. So it's 1, 2, 1, 2, technically 3, 4, smaller, 5 is bigger, 6 is smaller, 7 is bigger, 8 is smaller, 9 is arguably bigger. Okay, so we've actually managed to kind of stick to the rule loosely so far, which I suppose is the best you can really hope for when it comes to Doom mapping. There's a lot of rules for good mapping, there's the Romero rules and all of that, but ultimately it comes down to building what works for the situation. There's a reason this kind of thing is considered, at least normally, a bit more of an art than a science, you know? So, smaller, which is easy enough in this case. Now larger. Now back to smaller. Now larger. That is a surprisingly good rhythmic way to establish some patterns. Anyway. Da, 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 da. Yeah, that looks alright, alright. Right. You get to be water. Oh yeah. Now, do I want to recolor waterfall textures for the sake of this? Do I get waterfall textures in Plutonia again? I forget. I think I do actually. Yes, I do. Why am I fussing? I know I do. I've made maps with it before. Okay. Bloop, bloop, bloop. What do I look for? W4. There we go. Doesn't take a ton of effort to give a little bit of texture to a... There is the whole transitional textures, but probably gonna have to do something there. But this is technically a transitional texture, I guess. See what I mean by violating rules, but yeah, it's a minor violation in this case, and it kind of, it is a transitional texture in and of itself, so it's all good. It's all good. I do declare it all to be good. Let's make that. That'll do. Better for anyone. Doesn't look great, but I'll think of something. That's a delineation, I guess. So it's fine. I'll think of something. If that doesn't work, maybe I'll just put some nice trees or something in the way to kind of mask it. Yeah, I think the overall thing looks alright there. Textures are all I know there's a trick to realigning all the textures. I think you can even do it in Slade. Yeah, if someone can tell me in the comments, that'd be great. But yeah, get a quick check. Yeah, no, nothing. Map editor 3D mode offsets. Auto align textures on X, Control A. That does seem to have helped a bit. sort of. A little bit more natural, I guess. That's not so natural. But it'll do. Right. I think we've spent enough time on this one. Stop. I think we've got a good start. And we'll need to create a door for. So I'm gonna. Obviously, these can count as a little bit of an exception. But, you know, okay, so 128 by 128 door. Yeah, that'll be. Tricksy, tricksy. Little traps. Not really. Little greebles. To make certain things a little bit less jarring. Is actually. There we go. Alright. Not have scar. Let's make that one of the ceiling textures. Okay, while these bricks can be transitions, I don't think we want the entire thing to be that. So, yeah, let's make this one. Yeah, there's no line for these ones, is there? Make that a nice solid metal type, you know. Better yet, let's give it a little bit of spicing up with some grey. Yeah. Yeah, that's alright. I'll make it a little bit more matched palette-wise there. Okay. What do you normally use for your doors? You use clay top, which is always good. A lot of people use flat. Let's basically just start transition. Bit of an ugly one, but you know, it could work as a frequent transition texture for a brown and green kind of map. Not so good inside though. For this, we want a door anyway. Am I blind today? Yes. You don't answer that. I'm missing very obvious doors. There we go. Yeah, looks alright. That needs to be Realand, I think that's all as a key. Yeah, file in there. There we go. So that doesn't align along the x-axis proper. Here we go. Not the fanciest start, but you know, it's got a little bit of distinctiveness to it. Obviously, adding a few light level changes will fix that up as well. But if a map doesn't look good without all the fancy lighting, it probably doesn't look good with it, you know. It's always a little bit dangerous, but does at least say a bit of effort. There we go. It's already auto-aligned. Auto-aligning along the line would be fine, but you know. Okay. Do I like the color? Yeah, I mean, we've already got a lot of grey anyway, and here's a sort of, so this sort of storage area which leads to a lesser known portal, which is where the demons creep in and from, or something along those lines. Okay, that doesn't, that's how it works. Okay, that should do it. Nope, it does not. Yeah, that'll do. Is that just one of the graves? Convenient that. There we go. Actually, no, wasn't it? Yeah, there we go. Not perfect by any means, but I think it's something interesting enough for now. One of my problems is I do tend to kind of hyper obsess over a single area for a while, so yeah. I'm going to quickly go take a pee break, so I'll be back in about 3 minutes. Yes, I'll leave some music on, but it's up to you whether you want to listen. Yeah, Heavy Eternity will do, I guess. No, definitely not Metallica. Okay, listen to some remixes by Alex Nez. All of these songs are property and copyright of Alex Nez, and not being used with his permissions. If he wants me to edit these out of the video on demand, I will do so. But I have at least paid for the albums, so I do encourage you to go give him a buy. I'll also work on getting an overlay for song titles. The other choice is the music I made myself, which I won't do that to you. So yeah, be right back. apologies for the interrupted broadcast, folks. I will be rejoining you shortly. Hope you're enjoying the music. Alright, sorry about that, guys. Kinda had to do my own thing for a bit there. But, you know I'm the only one watching, so I'm not actually that sorry. Right. Wait. 2, so next one should be larger. The nice thing about this is they don't actually have to mathematical calculators unless you want to go for really. Because you can kind of count the squares, and it's a lot more squares. Where? Okay, we can add the sub areas within areas, and that doesn't really quite count as much. If you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think you do. What I will do. Oh dear. Let's just create a little bit of a buffer between the sectors. Alright, so attached to this one should be smaller. It can be like a bank of computers or something. This will be a first intrusion of hell into it, so. So you can kinda trail the flesh into the wall here. And we kinda go off into nowhere really, and it's kind of imply infection of the area. Do need to figure out, take a look around for more kind of fleshy texture at some point. Oh, that's creepy. Where? See here, I should be having a transition texture of some kind, but it would be better to just have this as well. Maybe to maybe add some mix-ups later, but for now. See, sometimes that messes things up quite badly. I say always have a transitional texture, so let's do some of them. No, you're not too difficult, it just means like single line def kind of thing. I added to the right place. No, I did not. Oh wait, no, I did. Yeah, so you see that can be a card. When in doubt, use metal. Step textures here, I guess. I struggle a bit with consistency, as you might guess. Good enough, I think, for now. Let's see, just for the variety. Take care of it. Kind of annoys me when I have to do that, but you know how it goes. Sometimes you just can't grid snap. Yeah, looks alright. This could probably use a little verticality. It also works I find sometimes you can do a little manual displacement mapping, but not worth it most of the time I've found. A few blows. It looks a lot nicer when you trim down a bit. But those cause, you know, extra line depth issues. This. Slowly catching monkey. Yes, I over-rely metal, but I don't care. And we'll start a simple pink-skinned menaces. Rooms. Lots of blood, you know the usual. Let's get some pools in here. And the side, yeah. Oh dear, yeah, here we go. This needs to be smaller, but that's not that hard to do. So we've got our exit area now. It's going to be hard getting this right without making it jarring, I admit. But there's no point doing something if you can try and challenge yourself a little. Although that could be tricky, I guess. I wonder how that actually looks in the game. Looks alright, yeah? Nice. I don't want to go too red. If it was the same kind of, you're saying this isn't just randomly changing, it's corruption, you know. Yeah, I mean, it has its own almost cohesiveness to it, I think. It does seem to help, so. Yeah, I think we've got some decent progress. In terms of at least the grey boxing. Yeah, that'll be a good way to transition it. back into the tech base behind this kind of. So it's not too hard and fast, but obviously unless I want to do that blend. It's actually better, yeah. Probably slip that off pretty easily. Yeah. No, it really doesn't fit. Yeah, that works. There we go. But I'll be cheap here. Oh my. That seems alright. Okay. It's amazing how much of a difference in apparent lighting you can get just by shifting the texture. Anyway. So I'll focus on this end. And all that. Let's look at this one. It's a little bit better. It'll be a darker shade, I think, anyway. Let's do a lighting pass quickly. I think there's a hotkey to repeat last action, but yeah. Yep, definitely a much brighter outside area now. But it's kind of in the shadow, I think. Not too. Can play a scene open there, not really. Yeah, no, it gets in the way there. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, sure, why not? That's not. Yeah, it's not too bad, I think, for a starting point. Wait, no, I'm missing. Is it repeating? I think so. Oh, let's see, it's some messages for me. Okay, so I was just checking some chat messages there for Discord. Again, it's yeah. Let's add some decorations, I think. If you ever feel a little bit stuck, just change the type of thing you're adding. It sometimes helps. If you thought I was kidding when I said I was gonna kinda mask transition a little bit. See, now that looks a lot nicer. It's a little bit harder to see though. Should be red rock or skin. Let's make that skin. Oh wait, not really. Yeah, looks alright, I guess. Should be putting transition textures in, but that's one rule I tend to be quite bad about, but I'd rather focus on doors and such. When I realize I've many textures. Yeah. Shall we give it a quick test map? Shouldn't need short text. Oh wow. Okay, sorry about that. Oh yeah, I hadn't set it up as tether. Okay, well, let's pause the music while we're likely to be doing any kind of testing. So should do it. Yeah, I knew that would happen. Foolishness. This is exactly how you're not supposed to do doors. That'll do. Yeah, it looks alright. Really good choice, I suppose. Guess I'll go for metal. Because it's the safe option. And I'll just give it something that's safe or a bit of. You know what? Let's make this equal as well. Let's make it equal to actually. Yeah, this is going to be painful, I think, but needs to be done. There's no window, just delete the sector. Should hopefully be a reasonably clean break. Yeah, it's behaved almost well. There we go. Yeah, it doesn't look well at all. There we go. Yeah, this can be a cool one as well. Yeah, that looks better. Mm. So boring though. Oh well. Yeah, I'd rather have it look a bit weird like this. Let's make it a ball one. Yeah, it looks much more natural actually, because it's coming down from the roof. Obviously, I should have gone with that from the start. I do not want this one to be that, so let's make that a concrete. Stand out very bright. Yes. That's looking alright. Hello to viewer number 2 over there. Don't know if you can hear me, just comment on the chat if there's an issue with my voice. I'm trying to pay attention to that on the second screen. Yeah, so the next area connected to this one should be larger as per the little rules of my challenge here. So hellish, I think we'll focus on having like a sort of threat from the sides there. These both should be. Oh dear, I picked the worst positioning there. Yeah, it's a lot easier to work with. Okay, and then the next one, this one should be bigger, so that's where the challenge lies. What if we try long but narrow? Okay, it's definitely a lot bigger than it needs to be, but you know. Okay. And, nothing major. That's the exit over there, so I used to lead into that. So this is more of an exploration optional area, or maybe a key area. So yeah, maybe we should make this one a blue door key area. First off, really hate diagonal doors. So we make it a little bit easier there. Go for your standard 128. Should that needs to be larger, but you know. So let's have this one alternate back into a more tech base area. I think so, more angled. Not entirely though. So yeah, kind of go there, there. So yeah, so far the progression is looking something like go from here to here to here. You run into a key door over here, so you need to search up here to find it. Maybe there's a secret around here. Once you go through here, then you'll be routing gradually around back to that side. So, you know, it's a fairly linear map, but with some exploration required to get the keys. Traditional Doom map, you know, key hunt and not really much of a maze. I'm not really looking at open map 5 from this one. Right, so okay, so this is, I'm going to say this is blue key door. You know what I would love in Slade? Being able to put notes on the map. Suppose I should probably post in the forums or something, but you know. Okay, so kind of cheated the rule a little bit there, but that does look a bit smaller than that, so makes it larger. Yeah, how about this one? A little network leading out, so next one's larger, so cheat it a little bit with being very long, moderately so. Right, we can add some areas to the side here, or something happening over here. So yeah, let's go. So yeah, from here, I suppose these are, he should be smaller, yeah. So yeah, we can set this up as a sort of window or observation into the area. That will need to be behind steps or something, but you know. Maybe we need to find a switch or something. But I'll think about it. For now, we're just kind of working on the layout, not rather than the obstacles to it. Yeah. Okay, so this will be like a viewing area. No, you know what? I'm not going to do that. So better to add to an existing sector than try and create one where it doesn't exist, or accidentally create one where it doesn't exist. Yeah, that's the thing with Slade. At least so with Doomworld. Okay. Suppose this one should technically be smaller. So, so give it a return to the hull theme. I'm not really paying attention to the whole bigger, smaller rule right now, so, you know. So, let's take this one. Let's Thing next to. Not quite a mirror. Like it. Not exactly symmetrical, but does make for an interesting little potential decor area around here, maybe. Maybe you can have to go into here to get into here. There we go. There's one here. I'm just kind of going with the flow right now, and hopefully by the end of it all, there'll be something of idea I can work with. Yeah, I'm working at a larger scale than it feels like, so I've got to be careful of that as well. Although, once you get in, it can also be a smaller scale than it felt like. It's a bit hard getting a sense of proportion going with 2D to 3D sometimes. So this is going to be a switch. Probably open the door here and unleash a couple of shotguns or something, I don't know. There's a whole area here. Shall I make this like an outside area? I can make this an outside hell area. Let's design the whole area, kinda. So you define the boundaries. I mean, these aren't meant to be huge maps for lunch break, so it's actually quite careful not to go overboard on the parts and stuff, but can't have it all being done in a minute either. That sometimes just makes life a hell of a lot easier. No pun intended. Look at this. Sometimes that works, so. What am I trying to do here? Don't know. Yes, I think actually I'm going to pull this down here. Try and keep your entrances and exits reasonably angular, generally, I find. Or I can make things very iffy when it comes to texture alignment and all that kind of thing. So yeah, there we go. Not a bit complicated yet, but I think we've got it generally. A to Z. Yep. Well, I could mess some things up, but it's fine-ish. Good enough. Okay. And this isn't even the initial draft, it's just a rough draft. There we go, that worked a lot better. Actually quite large already, even if it does take maybe a minute to fully traverse. Yeah. Whoa. That's a big area. Very big area, really. Right here. Switch here. And there you go. Perhaps you're uncoded. You hit the end area, which you can see in the beginning. Oh my lord, that's some missing textures that look down. So I think we have established a very decent basic layout for the map. And while it is cutting it a little bit short, I think we will call it at that for tonight. But this is a sneak peek of what I'm hoping will end up as map 15. Expect it to grow more in complexity, and I will be streaming the next mapping session as well, I think. Might not be tomorrow, but hopefully at some point during the week I'll have sometime during the night. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching, and have a good night.